Mike in Indy, what is up?
Not much, Rome. How you doing?
Good, Mike.
Good. Hey, Israel, could you have made that call any more awkward? Damn. And Brad seems to be coming from a bad place. I can understand his frustration, though. Nobody ever says, I want to be a strip club DJ when I grow up. Let's get started. Rome, I think that ESPN 30 for 30 series needs to do an episode on Jose Canseco's little brain. The last time this guy used his dome was to deflect that ball over the outfield fence in '93. If we could somehow combine him and his brother's brain powers together, we might have something capable of beating Vince Young in a game of Go Fish. Do you have any tens? And Romy, now we have Randy Johnson doing Just for Men commercials, trying to tell us how to improve our look. What? Tyrone Hill was booked? And Rome, I'm glad to hear Matt in Cleveland's not dead after that epic flame out. Only a select few losers know what that moment feels like. When your mind goes blank, your script looks like it's written in Chinese, you fumble for the end call button on your phone when the manual buzzer hits. Hang in there, though, Matt. It's just a phone call. They can't eat you. They can't take away your birthday. I'd like to put Brad Crone on blast next. He tries to roll up in the jungle like he's a mover and a shaker. Well, the only thing moving is him out of the top 10, and the only thing shaking is the muffler on his Kia Sportage. And Brad, having sports takes is important. It is a sports show, and most of the takes you do have that have to do with sports are actually thinly veiled fashion smack. Craig Sager's suits, Anthony Kim's belt buckle, Freddie Couples' shoes. Then last year, your main sports take is about Tiger Woods' caddy's undershirt? Are you kidding me, Brad? No wonder you got 8th place. Your call last year stunk worse than a Rosie O'Donnell Dutch oven. And Brad's old standby, his go-to move, is to just raise his voice a few octaves, then go all Perez Hilton on us. Brad is a bitch. Rome, it's the end of the 7th. I got a perfect game going. I'm sitting on the bench all by myself right now. I'd like to put Vic and NoCal on blast next. Muammar Gaddafi thinks your reign sucks, Vic. And if this tailspin continues, you're going to be part of some sort of death montage video at next year's Clones Choice Awards. And when that piano slowly plays, your picture's going to pop up in between Joan and Visalia and Ron full of rage. And Rome, those prizes were a waste on Vic last year anyway. He lost that smoker the first night he forgot to chain it to his trailer, and he traded all that 5-hour energy for a set of plastic rims and a Miley Cyrus blow-up doll. Vic, my best advice for you is to hang up the phone, put that Statue of Liberty costume back on, and get back to dancing like an idiot out on the street corner, because tax season isn't over and part-time jobs aren't easy to come by. Now I'd like to put the Cablinasian on blast. Shawnee, you put what you want in that little blog of yours, but you're an old-school hack, and when you try to step up in the lane to take a charge, I go airborne and leave you wearing my jewels as a necklace. And when I do land back in your stratosphere, I tell you, man's game. You wouldn't last 5 minutes in this jungle, ho. Rome, believe it or not, I had another dream last night. I'd won the smack off, and I was rolling down the highway with my crew in that brute Winnebago. Bill Romanowski's in the driver's seat, bug-eyed and crazed, because you know that cat don't sleep. Woody Page has been wallowing in a pool of his own feces for 4 days and had to be kicked off the bus. Lil Wayne is asking John Buccigross where the rubber's at. Mike Mann is so yoked up on purple drink he can't keep the camera straight for the correspondent piece. Jim Nance is chilling in the swivel chair with a glass of wine, trying to seduce Jen Sturger with his Amen Corner bedroom voice. As Nance moves in for the kill, I swoop in, steal her away, and lead her into the master suite. As I'm taking my socks off, Vic and NoCal's trying to peek in through a window. We have a stowaway. As Jen goes to close the blinds, I say, no. Let the boy watch. Let him see what is being consecrated here. Let him learn. Romy, we're taking this party to the West Coast. We'll see you in L.A. I do declare! Now I'm done. Crown me.
Guy is the reigning champ, the defending champ. Has been mentioned in virtually every single phone call, bidding to go back to back. He's worn the crown for 365 days. He wants another 365. and the choice of the Vegas weekend or the RV hookup for the tailgate. Broadway, Victor in NoCal, looking to do it again. Vic, what's up?
Rome, I love the smell of smack off in the morning. It smells like, Victor E. You know, Rome, last year I came in, called my shot on Wednesday, brute slapped every winner next week on Friday. Nobody had ever had the game or the gonad to even try something like that, much less pull it off. I mean, think about that, Clones. The jungle's been around, 20 years now? I'm like Ronnie Hextall, man. I'm doing things that have never been done before. Give me some freaking credit, Clones, for real. Rome, did Jay Moore seriously just spend 5 minutes talking about me? Are you kidding me, Jay? Was that supposed to be some kind of kill shot? Dude, that was a pathetic effort, fat man. All right? It was about as pathetic as Sidney Crosby's playoff beard. Yo, Jay, first of all, why are you so mad, dude? You need to slow your roll. Frankie says relax, bro. All right? Look, it's not my fault your show got canceled, Jay. Your show got canceled because it was awful. I mean, I watched it once, Rome. It was so bad, it actually made me want to go read books. Straight up. Jay, don't hate me because my smack is beautiful. Don't hate me just because you're such an unprofessional and unprepared buffoon that you show up 15 minutes late to host a national radio show. It's not my fault, Jay. It's not my fault that you've been reduced to hawking DiGiorno pizzas and kissing Justin Bieber's ass in the hopes of being able to pay your rent, all right? You make Bill Cosby and his Jell-O pudding pops and G-rated comedy look like freaking Richard Pryor by comparison, man. Talk about a fall from grace, man. I actually remember the days when you were an edgy comedian with balls. I mean, not to go all Ordell from Jackie Brown on you, Jay, but what the hell happened to you, man? You used to be beautiful. Dude, you're an absolute mess, man. Between your panic attacks, your failed marriages, your canceled TV shows, your meltdowns on Twitter, you're a mess in more ways than I can count, Jay, and I can pretty much count to infinity. All right? You're basically the radio and comedy version of a colostomy bag, Jay. You're the radio version of Eddie Murphy. Not Eddie Murphy from 48 Hours, Eddie Murphy from Norbit. I mean, not to go all Carl Sagan on you, Jay, but you're basically a singularity of suck. You know, Rome, Jay Moore's gloss here in the jungle is the Slam Man, right? And that's actually pretty fitting because I don't know if you remember what the Slam Man was, but it was one of these piece of junk infomercial exercise contraptions that these snake oil salesmen sell you like at 2 in the morning. It was in the shape of a torso. It had all these lights on it that you could punch on. It was basically an overhyped, overpriced, glorified punching bag, kind of like you, Jay. Dude, you've been my own personal Slam Man in this here jungle for years now, man. I mean, I've been wedging my foot so far up your ass for so long now, I'm surprised you don't spit out my shoelaces every time you speak. Face the facts, Jay. You will never be better than me in life. You will never be better than me in this jungle, okay? The only jungle you will ever be better than me in will have to exist in some alternate reality. You know, some bizarro jungle where up is down and down is up, where the host reads limericks instead of haikus, where instead of, give me back my son, it's, get off my plane. Until that jungle comes, Jay, you're stuck in this one. And let me tell you something, son. In this world, I'm the J.P. Morgan of the smack business. While you're fumbling around with those 8 balls of smack that you peddle on the street corner, I got keys coming from overseas, my friend. I am Pablo Escobar to your Nate Newton. I am Shaq O'Neal to your Yinka Dare. I am Vinatieri to your Igwe Buike. I am Halle Berry to your Ray Don Chong. You follow me, camera guy? Good, because I'm Jim Rome, you're Jack Rose. I'm Chris Everett, you're Jim Rome. I'm Mike Turner on Dollar Beer Night. You're Tina after one too many burnt casseroles. Rome, speaking of burnt things, I got to go, man, because Jay's charred carcass is setting off my smoke alarm. Let me go urinate on him. Well, Jay, I guess you could say that sometimes more is less.
Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. I've got to say, I thought last year was the best smack-off we've ever had. I think this year's even better. I know this. It's closer. It's tougher to call. All right, counting backwards. Top 10. In 10th, Joe and the OC. That was a good effort. That was a strong effort. You know, Joe is typically a top 5 guy, but that's how deep the field was this year. Thought he got some great lines. Little long, but he had some moments to be sure. Top 10. 9th place. Israel. Israel might still be going right now had I not jumped him. But he was good. He was carving people and he was strong. He was good. He went biblical. Great orator. He was sermonizing. I felt you, Israel. 9th place. This guy I thought had a good showing. Surprised me a bit. I knew he could turn a phrase. I knew he had a line or two in him. I didn't know he had a whole smack off calling him like this. Mike, San Diego. It's a good finish, Mike. Hit the board at number 8. You're in, Mike. See you next year. First smack off, top 8 finish. Number 7. The streak is over. He is no longer a back-to-back runner-up. Mike and Indy. Good phone call. Good moments. But it was a tough field, tough year. Drops to number 7. Here's where things get very interesting. And I started to reference this, and I want to lay out why this guy finished in this spot. Finishing in the 6th spot is Jay Moore. Jay Moore, and it was a huge call. He was trending on Twitter. My feeling is Jay didn't come to win. Jay came to take care of some business. Jay came to get Vic. Jay wanted to square things up with Vic. Jay had something for Vic. I don't think Jay wanted to win. If Jay wanted to win, he would have spent 5 minutes trying to obliterate Vic. So I can't crown that champion, and it wasn't the best call of the day. It was a great call. Great call. It was real. I said at the time, real talk, raw. Jay Moore, finishing in 6th. Finishing 5th. Dan in D.C., top 5. Came in 2nd, made a great call. So we're into the top 5 right now. Now you get to the top 4. Dan in D.C. is number 5. In 4th place, we will have a new champion. Vic. The reign is over after 1 year. Vic's call was cold-blooded. Vic's call, in a lot of ways, was chilling. I'll say it straight up. At some point, I thought to myself, somebody's got to step in and stop that fight. That was bad. I don't think Vic came to win. I think Vic came to get Jay. Jay came to get Vic. They came to go to war. It was vicious. That was a vicious call. I mean, that's not standard clone-on-clone crime. That was vicious. And the two of those guys have something deeply personal working. Neither one of them wanted to win. They were each coming for each other's heart. You got to want to win the thing. So Vic is 4th. Vicious call. That's a fight that I was looking to stop. Jay too, by the way. That's where those two finish. Which brings me now to the top 3. Finishing in 3rd place overall. He was looking to make it 3. Didn't get there. Iafrady, just short. Great phone call. Excellent phone call. Not good enough to finish this year. Which brings me to the last 2. The last 2. Stevie Carbone, Brad and Corona. 2nd place, runner-up. Stevie Carbone, Brad and Corona did it again. Twice in the last 3 years. Top to bottom, most entertaining call. And the Jeopardy bit set him off. We go there right now. Quick moment with the champ. Brad in Corona. Brad, you did it again. Congrats.
Jim Rome. Burn on me, Jim Rome. Burn on me. The Bloody Marys are flowing like wine. I called my shot. I knocked it out of the proverbial park. And no, Rome, seriously, though, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Brad, you earned it. Good job. I can't burn on you today. We have no TV show, but I'll be back next week on Monday. I will certainly have your burn. Get the glossies ready. Send me your best picture, your best updated picture, and you make your choice, Brad. MMA, tailgate, it's up to you. Congratulations. That is twice in 3 years. Brad and Corona. I'm sure there's going to be controversy in that. There is every single year. Brad did enough. He got it done. But it was close. There's your top 10.